Good afternoon and welcome to Around Town with HBI. We are storytellers and artists. We're communicators and strategists. We are futurists who thrive on innovation. In other words, we're a full-service public relations firm. I am your host, Jamie Griffon, and joining me today is the Georgia Zone Foundation Director, Marin Kraushaar. Welcome, Marin.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is our very first podcast.
I am so honored to be. It's my first podcast too, so
good.
You make a great fit.
Very good. We are so glad to have you. We love having you as a client. I love personally working with you. Let's just dive right in.
Awesome.
I was taking a look at your website and noticed that all of your local branches kind of reach out to specific organizations that their staff volunteers with. How did you guys kind of come up with that model, and why do you think this approach works for Georgia Zone?
Sure. Well, so for Georgia Zone, we're a credit union. We have branches throughout the state.
Yeah.
So, what our members care about in Alpharetta may be different than what they care about in Grayson or Gainesville.
Sure.
So, we really kind of rely on our branch managers to kind of, have the pulse of our members, to feel out what they care about, and to dive into organizations that matter the most to them. So that's kind of how we implemented that strategy.
Yeah.
We do have corporate initiatives as well.
Okay.
But we find that that's a nice supplement to those corporate initiatives.
Yeah.
So we really stay connected with our members.
That's a really nice option to give your branch managers and the folks working out in those outlying areas to just stay connected with their communities.
Yes.
So how do you choose which organizations you guys partner with here in Atlanta?
Sure. Well, it's hard to choose.
Yeah.
There are
So
many, and so many that are doing incredible things, and of course we wish we could partner with all of them.
Right.
But so Georgia's Own, just to give you a little bit of a history, we're an 82-year-old financial institution. We are owned by our members, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So every customer, as you would say, is a member in our organization, and we actually report to them.
Fantastic.
So we try to stay plugged into what matters most to them, to the causes that they care about, and not just from a financial planning perspective, but also what's at their heart, their schools, their community, their infrastructure, things that are going on with their lives. So we really kind of take our cues from them.
Yeah.
And we choose organizations that are close to their heart, and go from there. That's really what the foundation of our giving strategy has been. So
who are some of the organizations that you guys have supported recently?
So LEAD, that stands for Launch, Expose, Advise, Direct.
I know LEAD.
Familiar with them? Okay, awesome. Yes, founded by CJ and Kelly Stewart.
Yes.
And so we've partnered with them. That's where the proceeds from our big golf tournament, I say big, but it's our marquee event. That's where that goes every year. The Brian Jordan Foundation.
Yeah.
Action Ministries, Junior Achievement. So those are some of our biggies.
We've supported Action in the past as well. We used to be in the same building, so we were neighbors.
Oh, is that
so
right?
We see them a lot. And in fact, when we moved into our new office, welcome to our new office, we gave them a lot of office supplies. So we were able to kind of move things out of our office in an easy way.
Sounds like a
help
win-win
them as well. Yeah. So good to know. There's always some nice
They are a
connections there.
fabulous organization. We have so enjoyed partnering with them, and what they give to the community is just unparalleled.
Yes.
So we are very fortunate.
Well, we love them too.
Yes, small world.
Small world.
Yes.
So you and I recently partnered together on a big service day for a big announcement. Tell me a little bit about that. Kind of recap that for me.
Sure. So this year we hit our $2 billion asset.
$2 billion.
Yes. So it's hard to fathom that, our founders, started with $160, 6 employees back in 1934. And here in 2016, we reached $2 billion.
Goodness.
So it was a huge deal for us. And to celebrate, we decided to have a day of service at Arthur Langford Park in Atlanta. And we spent the morning enhancing 2 rain gardens that will enhance the park, provide beautification. It's going to provide a living classroom for Atlanta Public School students. It's right there next to the rec center. There's a skate park, a playground. So we think it was a lot of hard work.
But
it was fun. And I think that our staff was so fulfilled doing that work, thinking about the families and the students who are going to be using it. So
That's fantastic.
That was the event.
That was my first time going to that park as well, and I loved getting to come and see everyone come together. Everyone had a great time. They were like dirty from head to toe.
Yes, yes.
Working really, really hard. Very different than the way that you normally work.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think everybody the next day was like, why am I so exhausted?
Yes.
But you're right, totally different than the way we normally work.
Yeah.
But also, I think why those events are so fulfilling for
Yes.
us, because you're doing something, you're working with people in a way you don't ordinarily, get to spend time with them
Right.
and work. So,
I love it.
it was really fun, and we love those
Good.
events. So.
Well, if you guys go back to
Yes.
check it out in a year or so and see how it looks, invite me. And if you wanted to invite King of Pops again, I would.
Oh,
be
absolutely.
open
Oh,
to
they're a
that.
must. Yeah, it's the three of
I
us
love
for sure.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's talk about how these kind of efforts in the community enhance your brand. How does that work for you guys? What's your
Sure.
approach?
So I mentioned that we are a credit union.
Yes.
So we are a not-for-profit financial credit union. So we were founded to truly serve the people in the community. So I feel that these events and the efforts that we support sort of enhance what a credit union should be.
Yeah.
It just sort of amplifies our mission, that we want to help people not only in a financial aspect, but in their whole lives. Because, I mean, when you think about it, getting a car loan is not the ultimate
Right.
goal. The ultimate goal is to get a car that you can drive your kids to soccer practice in,
Right.
you drive your kids to school. I mean, it's like a means to an end, we realize that.
Yeah.
So, sort of being more of a holistic organization is, I think, what the whole goal is here.
Yeah,
So
I love it. I love it. And I think so many brands are kind of catching on to that, getting their name out in the community, not just through advertising, but through this true public relations
Sure.
effort. It brings your community together, it brings your employees together, and you're also doing a great job of getting your name out there.
Absolutely.
You're making a great difference in the world, in the
Absolutely.
community, but you're also getting your name out there. So
what a better platform to talk about who you are and what
Yeah.
you do than serving.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what our approach has been, and we thank you guys
Oh,
for
nice.
helping us with
I
that.
love it. I love working with you guys so much. Is there anything else you want to share with us about what you guys do or have coming up?
I'm trying to think of the other things we have on the horizon. One big thing, I think you had mentioned that we started a foundation this year, a charitable foundation. So we have kind of established that to really kind of amplify our giving.
Okay.
And a big focus of that is going to be focusing on children in the community,
Okay.
particularly in the area of financial literacy.
Wonderful.
The area, it is just such a big need. I don't know if you had any.
I was just going to ask you, did anyone ever sit you down and
Never.
teach you how? No.
No, it was the hard knocks.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. You did it wrong.
It was
Yeah.
figuring it out the hard way,
Right.
really.
Yeah.
And so, when you start having to make big decisions really before you turn 18.
Yes.
And those decisions will follow you for the rest of their life.
Yes.
The rest of your life. So, that's going to be the focus of the foundation.
Okay.
We're really excited about diving in
Okay.
and partnering with
Well,
organizations to make that happen.
yeah. Let me know how I can help. I want to be involved.
I'll be calling. I will be.
Well, let's shift gears a
Sure.
little bit and talk about, what the show's all about, which is what we do here public relations wise, but also what's going on around town.
Sure.
You cannot miss all of the yellow signs around Atlanta.
I love it.
Is the entertainment industry not just blowing up here?
It's booming, and I love it. I mean,
It's
you really
fantastic.
never know. We're in Midtown. You guys are in town, and you never know. You could go to lunch and, run into Sean Hayes.
Right.
Or-
That happened to you, right?
It did. It did. Will Ferrell was in our building,
Yes.
a.k.a. Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy.
We saw him in full.
Was he in character?
He was in full character. In full
That's
character. It was
fantastic.
fabulous.
That's
So
fantastic.
it's really cool.
I
It's
know.
really cool. I mean, the parking garage fills up a little bit faster, but
Yes.
there's always
We're
a good story to go
excited.
along with it.
I know. We actually have a client who, I guess I'll let him remain anonymous because I don't want everyone calling him, but he made arrangements for myself and some of my coworkers to go meet Jim Carrey.
Oh,
When he
wow.
was in town. Wow is right. I mean, like, it was incredible.
What an experience!
It was nuts. It was completely nuts. But I think what's really cool is what it's actually doing for our different industries in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
You know, someone was telling me it's not just about the hotels and the rental industry, but it's also about that pizza joint on the corner and the dry cleaners that's cleaning all
Absolutely.
of the costumes. And
I mean, if somebody goes, if Jim Carrey goes to lunch
it's
at the Varsity,
now a hit.
then his picture is on the wall,
Oh, sure.
and everybody wants to go there.
Sure.
And it's a memory. It's history.
It's amazing.
So
yeah,
it's been
it.
really cool.
You guys, do you have any interest in doing any filming in your building?
Sure. You know, like I had mentioned, there have been a couple scenes that have been shot in our building, and we, of course, would be open to it.
I think they need to come shoot in your office.
I think so too.
And you should be
Mine.
an extra. Yeah.
I mean, I could work around it.
Yeah.
So
you could do
fabulous.
a whole, staff volunteer day with celebrities that are in town. That would be so
Why
fun.
not? I'm sure they'd
Make a bigger impact.
I'm sure
Let's
they're
get
just
on that.
waiting for me to call them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today.
It
for
has
being
been a
our
pleasure.
very first guest.
Thank you, Jamie, for having me.
Looking at around town with you. So.
Well, I agree.
Thanks,
it has been a
Erin.
pleasure, and I look forward to many, many more projects together.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
High five.